Guys, hello. Today we are in the car. This morning we were on the charts. I'm gonna spit out my gum for this. Got some paper up here in the bottom, so it is a little disgusting. But we have receipt paper right here. Can't touch receipt paper, you'll lose testosterone. I am joking, that is not. Might be true, who knows? Contains BPA. Anyways, we are here in the car because I have a very important announcement. Very important. Today, I want to apologize for my lack of performance. We're going to turn the second light on so I know this video is serious and expose all the hair follicles that make my hair look really stupid. I'm going to wait for this car. Gosh! Alright, give me 1 second. No one should have this much energy at like 9:23 in the evening. I don't really care that my headlights are on. We used to run videos like this all the time when I was in school. And I still run them. Do I want to turn this light off? I actually like it like this. It looks tough. Anyways. Okay, let's get serious here. I want to apologize for my lack of performance the last couple of weeks. When I went on summer break, when I finished high school and I started trading, not with actual money, that was until my birthday, but when I started trading and I traded and recorded the entire thing, journaled it, went through my thought process, really just put in the effort. I was putting a lot out there. Now, the last couple of weeks, I have just been really turning on and recording my trade recaps. Like 1-2 minute trade recaps. Either I won or I lost. Not even really trading my no trade days. I haven't been journaling what I learned. And worst of all, I haven't just been disciplined in my life in general. Ever since I've shorted the days, the amount of time I put in trading, everything in my life has just kind of been falling apart. In a disciplined way. I'm still doing a really good job at work. I'm still there, you know? But am I bettering myself? My answer to that is no. Am I making money? Yes. Am I being disciplined in the charts? Sometimes I'm very stupid, but I learn. But I know I can do better. I just know it. I know that I can put out so much more content out there. I know that I can put in so much more work when it comes to editing my videos, when it comes to being ready, because I wake up, I trade, I record, and that's it for the day sometimes. I just go work later. That's not me. And I'm being so comfortable in that state just because I'm not blowing accounts, just because I'm risking a good enough money to where I'm profitable, to where I just am doing the absolute bare minimum. That's how it should not be. One of my favorite streamers, or my favorite streamer right now, is Joe Bortolosi. He isn't the best influence when it comes to religion, when it comes to his habits, when it comes to his own addictions. But something I do take away from him is how much of a workaholic he is. If he isn't controlling his schedule, let me rephrase that. If he isn't keeping track of himself, he will work until 2 a.m. If he isn't keeping track of himself, he will not eat because he has so much work done. he has so much work left. Even though he is a streamer, he's constantly scheduling, he's constantly planning, he's constantly putting out work for his philosophy channel, for his gaming channel, for his reacts channel, for his main channel, for his VOD channel, and anything he wants to plan when it comes to, okay, what am I going to do this day? What am I going to stream this day? What am I going to stream this day? I admire that. And there are so many things that I want to do when it comes to content creation. I have ideas, I have kind of goals that I want to do when it comes to the gym. I want to put content out there for that. When it comes to, obviously, my trading, that's my main space. When it comes to other things, the TikToks, I put in one Christian video out there. I want to do more. But it takes action, it takes effort, and it takes planning. And I haven't been putting the brain power to do that, the effort to do that, and the time to do that. I need to sacrifice so much time because it is so doable. And that is the lack of performance I'm apologizing for. I promise and I swear that I will learn everything when it comes to this content creation, not just my training space, that will help me in turn, collaterally, parallel, whatever you want to call it. It will better my life. It'll really just fulfill my dream days, because I don't want to work for anybody. The only person I want to work for is myself and the goals that that version of me in the future has. I don't want to work for anybody. And sure, if I really put in everything and I fail, and I'm content knowing that maybe this isn't what God wanted, I will be happy working for somebody, because I know I will have put in as much effort as I could have, to the point where, like, I almost died trying. But that's not what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at that plan B. I'm effectively here burning the boats. And that's what I have to do if I want to make this work. Sure, maybe I have plan Bs, plan Cs, but I don't want those plan Bs, plan Cs. They're more comfortable routes. They're more easier routes. Sure, I want to work for somebody. No. Rephrase that. Sure, I might work for somebody in a plan B. But that's only plan B because it's so easy and so comfortable. My job is so easy, and I still get people, even in higher authorities, complaining. Yeah, sure, they're in higher responsibilities. I don't really know what they do detail for detail when it comes to their work. But maybe maybe this is my ego talking, but I don't want to say it. I love them. I love my managers. Sometimes, they're a little controlling, and I say that with love. But yeah, maybe I do want to get into their position one day, and I do not think it will be that hard. Honestly, I do not think it will be that hard. And that's why it's my plan B. Plan C, go to school, go HVAC, because that's what I wanted to do before I went into this training space. That's hard. HVAC, really doing that degree, working hours and hours and hours and hours, but I'll be getting paid way more. But I want to have that life if I'm single. But I'm also single if I put in all this work and effort into my training. So, in one of these, I'm breaking my back, but I have a safety net because HVAC has so many people that they need. They need so many people. Trading, market doesn't need you. Market doesn't care if you need this money. Market only cares if you're disciplined. The market only cares if you really are a robot when it comes to this. But I want to put in so much more content out there because honestly, I love doing it. I love it. I love coming up with ideas sometimes, writing it down, and all that's left is to act on it. And thank God, Joe Bartolozzi is my favorite streamer. Thank God he talked about his up and comings, because he's had a journey. In school, when he was in college, he was writing down all his ideas for TikToks he'd want to make later. He'd be making 4 a day, like 30, 40 a week. And that takes a lot of creative ideas. For me, all the effort I'm gonna put, my content ideas, I don't have to do as much because I'm not doing short form content like he was doing when he was on TikTok. Now he's streaming. So his goes broad, but he's got to continue and continue and continue. And sometimes it's hard pulling ideas from the same type of content. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's so fascinating to me. And again, I'm apologizing. I'm not working up to my full potential. I will learn, and I promise and I swear, I will learn what it takes to do content. Not just in training, but whether that's for the gym, because I love just putting the camera on and talking. I love doing that. And I've been doing it. January will be a year, because that's when I started. And it's almost September. September, October, November, December. It's been 8 months. And I know it's been 8 months because I broke up with the love of my life in January. And the second, or right before that happened, I started putting content out. I started, and it's been a long journey. But I'm ready to take the next step. I'm ready to just kind of post, anything and everything that comes to my mind. Because I want to make this work. I want training to work. But just because I'm putting my time into training doesn't mean I have time to put in out other stuff. Sure, I'm going to take time for myself to read. I'm going to take time to myself to reflect and brainstorm. But it is so doable. If Joe Bart was in college, he only had a couple of hours, let's say 4 or 5 hours, after doing homework, probably 4 hours, to just view purely content. He was not having free time. Or maybe he was, I don't know. But it's the same with me. I only work around, let's say, 3 to 9:30. I am home at 10. So that's only 7 hours. The rest, okay, I go to sleep at 11. 1 hour. I could do so much in that hour, and I want to wake up at 5 again. I've been waking up very late just to train. I wake up at 5. That's around 6 hours. From 5 to 2 when I leave to work. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's 9 hours. Minus the 1 or 2 hours I have in training. That is so much time I could do just for learning, creating, studying. And what's stopping me? Being comfortable is stopping me. And the lack of free time I'm gonna have is stopping me. But I want this. And it's taking me so long to just really see that. But what's important is taking that first step. And that's what I'm gonna do. So, 14-minute rant. But honestly, this is what I've needed. I needed to really look at myself in the eye, in the camera in this case, and say, dude, you gotta take the first step. Sure, you can just keep throwing content 3 times a week, 4 times a week of just trades. Sure, you can blame it on the really bad price action, but there's so much you could do. It's almost September. I want you to be different, man. I don't want you to York it, but make a crap ton of money. That's not being disciplined. And eventually that's going to catch up in the charts. And I want to learn so much more when it comes to stocks. I want to learn so much more when it comes to the markets, the liquidity, what is new, and what maybe I might put my money into. I'm 18 years old. I'm not really putting much money into anything right now. Maybe into retirement funds, Roth IRAs, whatever. 401k can suck my butt. I'm not doing that. Government is not touching my money. But yeah, that's it. And that's what I want to apologize for. And tomorrow, brainstorming today when I get home. Promise me. I promise you that. When I get home, we're brainstorming everything. And when I say we're pushing everything out there, we're pushing everything out. We're burning every single boat. Until I know for a fact this isn't going to work and God is giving me the red light when it comes to this type of content. And trading maybe even in general. I'll know. But before that, I have to give it everything. Everything and everything. Because it all comes back to fulfilling a promise. It all comes back to fulfilling a promise. Sure, I can say, like, oh, you know, it was this girl I knew, but now I want to make money. It's not even about the money. I want the freedom. And that freedom comes with a price. And it's a price I have to sacrifice right now. But again, it comes back to a promise that I made. I will become profitable by a landslide before June of 2027. Why? I'll tell you one day, and I'll remember, because I don't forget. I don't know what she's up to. I just hope that she's happy. Honestly. I love her enough to let her go if it means she's going to be happy. And I just hope she's following through with whatever God has planned for her. But that's a thought I get in the back of my mind once or twice a day now. At first, gosh, guys, she was on my mind all the time. It wasn't until recently, around a month ago, where it was really starting to decline. Sure, I still think about her. A lot. But it's only the good things. And then I look at the future and I say, okay, are you really going to back up what you're saying? And I'm talking to myself. Are you really going to back up what you're saying? Are you going to back up that promise? Or is it going to be too hard?